And I think the reason that it hurts so bad is because I still love you with all of my heart.
What you put in is what you get out with lift. You know, you got to hold yourself accountable with your diet, training, and that's why I love it. And that's why I feel like I dedicate myself to something, and without it, I'd feel empty.
There's not anything on earth I don't feel like I can do. If I feel like I put my mind to it, I can do it, period. Nothing will stop me, nothing can stop me. That's how I feel.
My philosophy, I'm trying to be calm inside of me, you know. I'm trying to not be regretting, sad. I'm trying to not be too much excited. I want peace inside of my mind.
If you don't struggle in practice, you're never gonna get better. If you were to watch me train, I'd look as tired as they were, because that's what you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to feel great. You're supposed to be tired, like exhausted. That's the point, you know, and that's what practice is. So I really liked it. I really enjoyed it, because that's the only way you get better is by pushing yourself past exhaustion.
At the end of the day, all the people that was rooting on me to fail, you know, at the end of the day, they got to wake up tomorrow and have the same life that they had before they woke up today. You know, they got the same personal problems that they had today. You know, and I'm going to continue to live the way I want to live and continue to do the things that I want to do.
When I was fat and lazy and insecure, struggled in school, people were giving me all this advice. I lost weight, I got in shape, I started studying. They still had shit to say. They had shit to say when I was fat. They had shit to say when I lost weight. People don't want to see you better than them.
You think with nearly 40 years old, I'm going to change? Of course not. Oh, you like me or you don't like me, it's part of the life. For me, it's not a problem. In the national team, it was like that. People say, he's done, he's 39, he's getting old. You know why? Because I didn't score the goal. Yeah. And the rest and the past.
I cannot put myself in another man's mind frame. That is not, you know, competition. So I'm just focused on myself and on my own journey. I keep my circle small. Nobody gets in and nobody gets out. And we continually grow in that circle.
I became feelingless. And what that means is I'm not saying turn off your feelings towards your family, your wife, your husband. I'm not saying that. Turn your feelings off when it comes down to you wanting to be better. What that means is when that alarm clock goes off, your feelings gotta go away.
And I miss who I am. I'm everything. I miss who the fuck I am, and I'm not ashamed of who I am. But it bothers me that I'm that way.
The most driven individuals, they live a life for many years without balance. You can't be the best at something and try to balance everything else around your life. There's gonna be times where things are gonna be out of balance. It just is.
You can. So you can sit here and not and think about that for a whole year until you come back here and do this. Or you can go out there for yourself and take some kind of pride in knowing that you could and you did.
Nothing is going to be easy. Just get over it. Every time you think, oh, this could look, just immediately skip to, oh, that's not true. There's something I don't know about that. Just skip to it. The faster you can train that muscle, that as soon as you have this FOMO, just slow down and realize that you don't know enough.
I was willing to die doing something that I love. So if you're willing to die to do something that you love, 99% of the time you're gonna come out on top.
You know, the gym teaches you something most people never learn. Let me tell you something. The gym teaches you failure isn't the end. It's the beginning of who you're becoming.
Some people are just born to fight, I think. It's not that they're born brave. It's not that they're born strong.
I've fucked up everything I've ever done 100 times. There's no other way to do it. And I've had a bunch of shitty breaks. Everybody has. But you got to realize when you have those shitty breaks what that is. It's an opportunity for you to reassess, reboot, get better, figure out another way, find another way through. It's just little challenges.
Just do it for you. You know, do it because it makes you happy. Do it because it brings you peace. Do it because it brings you a sense of relief. That's it. You know, it's the only thing you should be worried about. If it doesn't bring you peace, if it doesn't bring you happiness, if it doesn't take out stress in your life, then, you know, don't do it.
I think things do take time. Everybody has a different approach, obviously, going in. You know, I wasn't supposed to be the guy I am today. Nobody expected that. But nonetheless, nothing's guaranteed and nothing's promised. And so I take advantage of every opportunity.
A man stands up for what he believes in. And when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it. I don't care who it is. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. But you supposed to do the same. And if you don't, then hey, let's get it.
All right.
Game time.
I like getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Nowadays I can do that. But there's times where the schedule says, hey man, you're getting 3 hours. And if that's the case, right, Merry Christmas.
And as I turned, I could see the shadow. There's one thing on my mind, and that was Dorian Yates. I mean, Dorian win the Olympia and he'd disappear and show up on that Olympia stage as a nightmare. I was in the shadow of the shadow.
If you want to fucking walk that walk and talk that talk, people assume that you're tough. Prove it. Don't you dare email me about, oh, is this Monday the same as next Monday? Yes, forever Mondays. We're going to be here in the hyperbolic fucking time chamber of DBZ. We're going nowhere. It's Monday every fucking day. It's the same shit every day except 2.5 pounds heavier. Do not look for a way out.
If you lose your focus, if you're not present, things started to go the wrong way for you, it's fine. Accept it and then come back. And I think that recovery of how long you stay in that emotion is what differentiates you from maybe others.
If you're in a state of consistent discomfort, it means you're consistently changing, because if you do the same thing consistently, what used to be discomfort then becomes comfort because your body gets used to it. Things that used to be hard now becomes easy or feel easier. So less discomfort means less growth. We have to continuously adapt, continue to evolve, and find ways to get better and change and fine-tune your goals and what you're doing and everything like that.
The lesson I cherish the most is how important it is to love what you do. If you love what you do and it's making you happy, all the hard work and perseverance will pay off. When you know you're truly giving it your all, there is no greater feeling.
But you gotta know that it will pay off. You gotta know that it will work.
And it'll happen before you know it. And if you don't lock in, same shit. But then you'll realize that the opportunities pass you by, and it's not like it's too late. It's never too late, but let's be real, we've only got a finite amount of time to get after it, especially in your prime.
Sometimes it has to get a lot worse before it gets better. If you can just work through that pain, keep your heart open, be brave, you learn so much about yourself and you get so much self-respect.
Everything's gonna be okay. Everything you're worried about is gonna be okay.
Someone asked me earlier, was like, how do you keep going even when you aren't seeing results? I don't gotta see results today. I know that they're coming anyway. So like that's actually the driving factor. Like knowing that one day you will see something is enough for me.
Stop wasting your time. Death is coming for us all, but not at the end of our life, Seneca said. No, we are dying every day. Every minute that passes is as good as dead to us. It is gone forever. Now is now. It is the only thing you have for certain. Memento mori. You are mortal. Live and act accordingly.
Don't wait 10 years. Don't wait 10 minutes. Don't even wait 10 seconds. The time to start is now.
You realize there's no perfect time. There's no right time. The only right time is right now.
Every day I wake up, I'm one day closer to death. So what you gonna do with the time you got left?
There is no tomorrow, you know? There is no tomorrow. Fuck that shit. Let's get all this shit done today.
If you do not know how to self-motivate yourself and get yourself up, fired up, there's not going to be somebody telling you you're amazing. There's going to be actually people on the complete opposite side saying how horrible you are, constantly finding your leak.
Or many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but you know what? Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough. It's just about making sure your internal dialogue and your internal belief in yourself is strong enough that it can withstand the external.
Just believe in yourself. Believe that you're better than everyone else. You know what I mean? I always when I was always looking at fights or looking at anything else, I can do this. I'm as good as that. Just believe in yourself and be cocky and be confident and be humble, train hard. That's it. Just believe in yourself, and no matter what people say.
I always feel like I'll fight anybody because everybody was the enemy, you know, and now I'm here without nothing, away from everyone, and I really took the time to find out, you know, who the enemy was, and it's not that it was the enemy, it was the enemy. The inner me. Sometimes you realize the true you is the enemy.
If you show up, you're putting yourself in a situation to create those opportunities. And when you show up, how hard do you go? That's the faster the opportunity will come to life for you. It's up to you guys.
Discipline's critical. You have to be able to show up, but you also have to enjoy the day.
There's no gray area. It's, did you show up or not? Did you lift it or not? Did you give it your all or not? It's black or white, and it's never gonna lie. And you go into a gym, and it's the most raw display of who puts it in and who doesn't.
That kind of motivation is so far in the future, it can be very hard to work in the second. So thinking about the fact, I'll feel better in about 4 hours if I do it now. I'll have more energy for the rest of my day, and so on and so on.
Came home and I was graduating high school that day. He was like, hey, you graduate, what you gonna do now? I was like, I looked at him, I was like, I'll be a UFC fighter. And he did this laugh that I'm not gonna ever forget. It's just ingrained in my brain. He's like, ha! Ha ha ha! He said, yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work for you, so you better go figure it out.
But you're sitting there thinking that all of this is optional, that it's all about you and the way you feel. That is a short-sighted perspective, and it's going to backfire on you whether you realize it or not. Every single person who loves you and supports you and depends on you is getting a watered-down version of who you could be.
We have about 5 choices, in our life. We can be bad at what we do. We can be average at what we do. We can be good at what we do, or we can be excellent, or we can be elite.
The commitments we keep to ourselves and what we do when no one's watching is the most persuasive evidence that governs everything we then do every day thereafter.
Yeah. And this world, like it or not, is going to demand that you do hard shit. If you want to have anything, if you want to be able to provide for your own family, have your own dreams, have, the things that you want to have, because if you don't do it, the guy next to you is going to do it better, or the woman over here is going to do it better, and you're going to lose out.
Just die this time when you run and you just want to stop. You just want to give up, like, to hell with this. I just want to go home. The day when you get up and you know what, you have a training today. It's going to be intense, and you're like, oh, God, I don't want to go today, but you got to go.
Work is behind the scene. Competition is the easy part.
No one is getting out of this game alive, literally. In 3 generations, no one will even remember your name. And if that doesn't give you liberation to just drop your fucking problems and find some joy, I don't know what will. Life is inherently ridiculous and guaranteed to end sooner or later, so you might as well enjoy the ride.
This is real, dude. This is real. Every day you wake up, you're gonna probably be set back for the first 4 weeks before you lose to significant weight, because the mind is gonna be fucking with you the whole time.
Every man addicted to something. Some smoke, some drink, some chase girls, some waste time. But real man, he addicted to discipline, to early wakes, to prayer, to training, to silence. Discipline no need motivation. Discipline move without feeling. Discipline say, I go anyway, even when tired.
So I know why you go on Instagram. I know why because you just have the time. You have the time because you don't want to put that time into bettering oneself.
Everyone wants to call me like a sore loser. I've never said I wasn't a sore loser. I fucking hate losing more than anybody. You show me a champion or a high level competitor that likes losing and I'll call you a liar. I think about it constantly. I'm one of those OCD guys that's, if I'm not in the gym, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about my training.
Listen, we could do anything. We could run mountains together. We could swim laps together. We could do push-ups. We could do jiu-jitsu. I will beat you at anything. I'm younger, stronger, more athletic, and I'll beat you 10 times out of 10 times.
Okay, I failed, but I was right there. What did I miss? What the fuck did I miss? Oh, that's what I fucking missed. And then it happens.
You think if you don't fight back, then maybe they'll like you, stop picking on you, calling you freak. Well, here's what it is. They don't like you. They don't dislike you. They're afraid of you. You're different. Sooner or later, different scares people. Victim or not, make a decision.
There is no one like you. There has never been anyone like you. There shall never be anyone like you. Therefore, know yourself. Be yourself. Authenticity is everything.
I don't want to have to motivate you to get in the gym in the first place.
If you're lazy, man, I don't want to talk to you. I want to deal with you. You're going to make me feel dumber.
So the secret to doing 30% more push-ups today is to literally have somebody stand over you with a sledgehammer when you're doing your push-ups and threaten to bash your skull.
Embrace the boring work. Prioritize progress. Instead of seeking fast dopamine, lock in your training. Fuel your body with good nutrition. Go to bed early, stay focused. Living like this might not feel exciting day to day, but this discipline is what leads to lasting success.
The people that I've always had issues or problems with are the people that don't demand excellence from themselves. I'd be damned if I lose these championships because I'm playing with a bunch of lazy dudes. This is not happening. You know, this train is going this way, one way or the other. You're going to be on it, you're going to be off it, you're going to be under it.
You know, people always gonna have their opinions. You got certain people that they just live and die for this one way of thinking. And so, you know, my thing is like, you know what I mean? Blind can't lead the blind, bro.
Yes,
Somebody
sir.
gotta have a vision.
Yes, sir.
You gotta follow who got the vision.
If you're not where you want to be right now, my advice is to stay in for 6 months. You're going to the same pub, same club every weekend. You're not going to miss anything. Same DJ is going to be there. The same people are going to be there. If you're not where you want to be, stay in, go to bed early, wake up early, focus on something that you know is going to bring you closer to where you want to be. Exercise, hit the gym, eat well.
I know my potential. And when you know your potential and you don't, as a human being, you don't physically wake up every day and try to strive towards that potential, because listen, you could be right here, right? Everybody got a base. Now, that potential, that ceiling is very different for everybody. Now, I know my ceiling because, I mean, I've gotten to this point and that ceiling is already very high. Now, the thing is with this, same way when I started, that ceiling for me right now, where I think of in a year and 6 months from now, it's sky high.
I remember during one lunch break, I was in the car park and it was pissing rain down, and I just said to myself, there was some music playing, and it was like there wasn't even words to it, it was just a kind of a beat, and I got like I went somewhere with it, and I was like, I'm out of here, I'm gonna just drive out of this building, so I head home and pursue this dream of becoming a world champion in mixed martial arts, and that's what I did.
And it's one of the scariest feelings. It's being sat in that arena, and you sat there, and you're getting your hands wrapped, the officials wrapping your hands, and you can hear the roar of the crowd like it's shaking the walls, and you know that somewhere, and you are scared to get in there, and you know that somewhere else in that arena is somebody else getting their hands wrapped as well, and you guys are just going to meet in the middle in front of millions of people and just fight.
Doubt is such a strange thing. I mean, it's, you know, there'll be times where you succeed, there are times that you fail. So wasting your time doubting whether you're going to be successful or not is pointless. It is. I mean, you just put one foot in front of the other, you control what you can't control, and then you see what the outcome is, right? If you win, great, you're gonna have to wake up the next day and do the journey over again. If you lose, it sucks, but you're gonna have to wake up the next day and do the journey all over again anyway.
True love and perpetuity can't exist without suffering. It's impossible.
We don't appreciate it.
Yeah, you have to have suffering.
Yeah.
And suffering doesn't have to be looked at as a negative thing. It could be looked at as a beautiful thing. It's where real love comes out of.
We all have that voice that's saying, hey man, you know, you're kind of wimping out right now. You're kind of being a little punk right now. But I would say, okay, that's okay. It's okay to tell these little white lies to ourselves. So we first have to face the real you.
And everybody's going to be okay until they're not.
Yeah. If you're happy all the time, you don't have to strive to find thoughts to make yourself happy.
Right. Yeah, I think being happy all the time is it's kind of an unlikely scenario.
Are you ever happy? I don't know what people mean by happy. To me, happy is what most people would say is suffering. That's when I'm happy.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what is happy? Your happy probably isn't my happy. People will say, don't you ever want to be happy? Yeah, I am when I'm miserable. It's no different than make pain your friend and you're never alone, right?
But most of our conversations are not the right ones. They're not the ones that are going to push us to the place we need to go. They're the ones that are going to keep us sitting in that toxic environment that you've helped create and everybody else helped create, and you just live in it. You live in that muck, and that conversation just plays in your head, and that becomes you.
Life is not gonna get easier. It's just that your mind and your body become more resistant, more strong. Same situation, more relaxed. Why? Because you finally start to find a solution that is within your reach, within your hands.
In the beginning, when a potential fighter would come in and they'd be 22 years old, and I'd say, hey, how old are you? And they'd say, I'm 22, and they'd say, you know, I want to fight. There's a fight card coming up. I want to be on it. And I was like, I'd tell them, listen, you've got plenty of time, like get better, train, up your skills. And I said that for probably 3 or 4 years. And then after 3 or 4 years, when guys would come in, I would start telling them the opposite, which is you need to get on it. You need to be in here every day. You're late.
I get up in the morning, I run 4 miles, then I walk 10 miles. Later on that day, I come back from my walk and I do 2,500 sit-ups. And it's an all-day process. You go upstairs, you get in the hot tub, you steam off, you go in the whirlpool, you rest, you get up, and that's when you go to the gym. You box 8-9 rounds, you do abs again. You come home, you eat food, you work out.
Why we don't believe that we can do better? You have to believe, you have to be positive.
Believe. I think you should believe in everything.
To try to change the things.
And of course, the rest, it's the dedication, the hard work.
You have to implant that in your mind that we are capable to change things.
And believe in your talent.
You have a dream. It feels impossible to turn into reality, but it never leaves your mind. You have this dream for a reason.
Guy told me one time, don't let yourself get attached to anything you are not willing to walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat around the corner.
It is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean? Blinded by it. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, that, my friend, is very hard to do.
People get out of high school, they have no plan. No worries. They get out of college, they have no plan. No worries. Age 32, they have no plan. Feel free to start worrying. Whatever it is you want out of life, you should be purposeful about pursuing it in a way that doesn't just assume things will happen for you.
Most people quit. People only go to their talent level. And once your talent level is gone, it becomes a mental game. That whole mental game sets in there. And most people can only perform to their talent. And they realize, man, why am I always messing up right here? Why is this like my big hurdle? It's because you're performing to your talent.
I just want to say to everyone at home, listen, if you ever get the chance to do something and you're scared to do it, you should definitely do it.
Conor McGregor has this good line.
Don't share a dinner table with people that you wouldn't starve with. I don't eat with people that I wouldn't starve with. I eat with my own. I don't try and bring people in and have this kind of fake thing.
That guy's, he's big on loyalty. All the shit talk, all of that, set that aside. To me, loyalty is really big. Because then if you invest in certain people in your life and they stick by you and you stick by them, and what else is life about?
You can have what you want in 5 years, but there's 2 conditions. You have to know what it is, and you have to aim at it.
Life is hard. Everything worth doing is hard. There is no easy path, and so many of you spend so much time, so much energy, and get yourself so frustrated searching for the easy way to get what you want, when in reality, if you just accepted everything worthwhile is hard and just stopped beating your head against the wall looking for the easier, quicker, faster, freer way, it makes the path that much easier because now you know the game that you're playing.
A lot of you struggle with this all-in or all-out mentality. If it ain't perfect, I ain't doing it at all. When if you really think about it, all that is a classic self-sabotage. Because in what reality is it better to do 100% of nothing than 20% of something? And that 1% effort compounds over the course of weeks, months, and years, but if you're doing this for the right reasons, decades.
What you do frequently becomes your frequency. If you want to know your life, look at your habits. That's what you do frequently, right? And they add up to a rhythm. That rhythm becomes a pattern. That pattern becomes your character. That character becomes your life. You're not going to be able to break out of it until you change something about who you are.
I had to take a swimming test to become a SEAL. I couldn't swim, okay? How do you think I felt walking into an aquatic center to take a swimming test knowing I couldn't swim? I felt like an idiot. I felt like a fool. But I just kept showing up, even though I knew I knew I didn't belong there. But I had to become the person who did belong there.
I have a picture of myself at 6 years old, and I looked at that picture of that kid. At no time ever in your life did you ever stop being that little boy. Ever. That little boy is you. It changed everything. It changed the way I saw everything. And I said, would I ever call him an idiot? Would I ever call this little boy stupid? Never.
oh, I look like shit. You shouldn't be saying that to yourself. Look, I'm not saying that you can't look like shit. Like, you can have a bit too much body fat on you. You can be kind of out of shape, but do not beat yourself up in the process.
I'm ashamed of myself. Don't ever be ashamed of anything you've done in your life. Face it, fix it, make it better. We are humans. But then again, if you always think that we're humans, you will always just be a human and always make the same fucking mistakes.
My love language is actions. I do not involve myself with emotionalism. I exhibit emotional intelligence. So guess what? It doesn't matter how the fuck I feel. Winners do it like they love it, even when they don't feel like it.
When you're playing a point, it has to be the most important thing in the world, and it is. But when it's behind you, it's behind you. This mindset is really crucial because it frees you to fully commit to the next point and the next point after that with intensity, clarity, and focus.
There's no power in imitating other people who are doing the same thing on YouTube or Instagram. The power is in finding out what makes you different, what makes you unique, what's something different about your spirit, your own weirdness, and bringing that out in a way that no one has ever seen before. That's where power lies.
Nietzsche said, "I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and impossible." The fact that something seems impossible shouldn't be a reason to not pursue it. That's exactly what makes it worth pursuing. Where would the courage and greatness be if success was certain and there was no risk? The only true failure is shrinking away from life's challenge.
I'm the best. I'm not a textbook fighter or jab right hand. I fight to win. I do everything to win. My objective is to win, totally to win.
You put me in a room with 10,000 people any time of the day, and I walk in there thinking I'm the best motherfucker in here. Because I know what it took to be on this stage, and a lot of people will not do that. What I'm trying to do, and this isn't being arrogant, man, it's being real. Not many people are trying to do. So there's not many people who can even open their fucking mouth. I thought, honestly, I swear to God, I thought that someone was speaking to me. I thought it was Jennifer.
The heart of a champion is a light switch that's always on. It doesn't go on and off when someone's watching. It's constant. It's how you look at something. If your name's attached to it, that you do it right, the best of your ability every single time. How you hold yourself in the small things of life. Build the character winning blocks of the things that we're remembered for. It begins right now with no one looking, man. And how you hold yourself, how you see yourself. What do you do when no one's watching?
After I fight, I feel like I've grown. I feel like this guy's trying to hurt me. It's just a place where we both agree, like, hey, I'll give you my strength versus your strength, or whatever powers that strength is what we meet in the middle.
I'm a God believer, and my mindset is like, of course I want to win. I prepare myself to win. But if he destroys my plans, it's because maybe my plans could destroy me. So I don't want to have anything. If he decides it, if God decides to give it to me, I accept it.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
You should be hungry all of the time. You are an animal. Do not forget that you exist in two realms simultaneously as an individual. It's an animal. Your body is designed to perform at best while you are hungry, because you're supposed to be hunting for food. If you're full of food, you're going to be lazy and lethargic. You should always be a little bit hungry.
Nature doesn't tolerate weakness. Mankind does. There's no such thing as body positivity in a pride of lions. If you're slow, if you're weak, your DNA stops existing. So when somebody says not everybody wants to be fit, what they really mean is I've given up and I need a reason that makes me feel good. They're defending what they've settled for.
Let's see, I know myself. I've lost before. It has been a long time, but I'm confident in my abilities, I'm confident in my mind, I'm confident at where I stand with everybody else in this division.
When doubt seeps in, you got two roads. You can take either road. You can go to the left or you can go to the right. And believe me, they'll tell you failure is not an option. That is ridiculous. Failure is always an option. Failure is the most readily available option at all times, but it's a choice. You can choose to fail, you can choose to succeed. And if we can plant seeds and let him know, Move your feet, keep your hands up, stay off the bottom. That is the road to victory. Or self-doubt and negative talk, and that is the road to failure. But failure is always there, and it's okay to recognize that.
You get knocked down after a failure, but you're actually in control, literally, at how fast you bounce back. And as a young person, you don't really understand that. You think it's more circumstantial than it is in your control. So you act as if you're at the mercy of circumstances in your life.